Photographs and footage are like windows into the past and the present, enabling us to witness history unfolding before our eyes. They serve as the visual storytellers of our world's mysteries, triumphs, and enigmas. Nevertheless, certain visual records act as gateways to inexplicable and perplexing mysteries that persist in challenging our comprehension. Accompany us on a journey as we unravel the mysteries behind these historical photos and unexplained footage, which have confounded scientists and researchers. The 1967 Bigfoot Encounter. In 1967, two adventurous individuals, Roger Patterson and Bob Gimlin, embarked on a quest to track down Bigfoot in the wilderness of California. Armed with a camera to document their hoped-for discovery, what they captured in just under a minute has left people in wonder for over half a century. Within that brief clip, they encountered something colossal and enigmatic. Picture a giant ape-like creature confidently striding through the forest, its massive frame concealed beneath a shroud of dark, tangled hair. It even turned its head, almost as though acknowledging the camera and the audience behind it, before casually vanishing into the dense undergrowth. The authenticity of this footage has been the catalyst for debates spanning decades. Patterson, the man responsible for the camera, fervently insisted that he had indeed captured the real deal, a bona fide Bigfoot. However, skeptics naturally had their reservations. Some believed it might be a hoax, a cleverly crafted costume, or a mere trick of the camera. Even the scientific community got involved, subjecting the film to scrutiny in an attempt to ascertain the creature's size, proportions, and gait. While some experts argued that the creature's movements aligned with those of an unknown primate, others maintained that the footage lacked the crystal-clear clarity needed for a definite determination. The Babushka Lady. In 1963, during the tragic events of November 22nd in Dallas, Texas, the world held its breath. Amid the chaos of President John F. Kennedy's assassination, a mysterious figure emerged, known as the Babushka Lady. She wore a headscarf and glasses and carried a camera. She was spotted multiple times during this unfortunate event, but her identity and the contents of her camera remain a mystery. In a photograph, she stands on the grassy area between Elm and Main Streets, right in front of the Dallas County building. This gave her a clear view of the president's car as it passed by. When the shots rang out, she reacted differently. She calmly crossed Elm Street and joined the crowd running up the grassy knoll, where some believed the shots came from. After that, she walked away down Elm Street. Efforts were made to find her. The FBI and other investigators tried to locate her, issuing bulletins for information. However, it was as though she vanished into thin air. Perhaps fear or a reluctance to expose herself or her film to the authorities due to potential harassment or threats from those connected to the assassination or its cover-up led her to stay hidden. Even today, the Babushka Lady's identity and the fate of her elusive footage remain unknown. The Fresno Nightcrawlers. The Fresno Nightcrawlers are peculiar beings resembling walking pants, lacking upper bodies or heads. They typically emerge at night, moving silently across the ground. Their first documented sighting occurred in 2007 in Fresno, California. A man, vexed by his dog's nighttime barking, installed a security camera in his garage to uncover the source of their distress. To his amazement, the camera captured two enigmatic figures ambling across his yard. He shared the footage with a paranormal investigator and a local TV station, hoping for an explanation. In 2011, the Nightcrawlers made another appearance, this time in Yosemite National Park, also in California. They were observed strolling among the trees in the darkness. This footage was even featured on a TV show titled Fact or Faked: Paranormal Files. Despite various attempts by experts to replicate the phenomena using different methods, the Nightcrawlers remained an enigma. The origin and true nature of these creatures remains shrouded in uncertainty. Some speculate they might be extraterrestrial, while others entertain the notion that they are spiritual entities. A few theories connect them to Native American folklore. Nonetheless, no conclusive evidence or explanation exists, rendering the Fresno Nightcrawlers one of the enduring unsolved mysteries of our time. The Eusapia Palladino Levitation Photo. The Eusapia Palladino Levitation Photo, a haunting image from 1920, presents a mesmerizing spectacle. A woman named Eusapia Palladino seemingly defying gravity as she levitates a table during a seance. This enigmatic photograph was taken in the enchanting city of Paris in the year 1898 by a skilled French doctor with an eye for the supernatural. Eusapia Palladino, hailing from Italy, was no ordinary individual. She boldly claimed to possess the extraordinary ability to bridge the gap between the living and the departed, manifesting an array of baffling physical phenomena. Her repertoire included the inexplicable movement of objects, the conjuring of special hands, and, most strikingly, the levitation of substantial tables. It's no wonder that her talents attracted the attention of numerous scientists and researchers, each harboring their unique perspective on the authenticity of her claims. The man behind the camera held steadfast in his assertion that the photograph had been captured under meticulously controlled conditions. He explained that 2 vigilant assistants were assigned to the task of holding Palladino's hands and feet, ensuring that no deceit or foul play could be at play. The photograph, he insisted, depicted the table ascending into the air as if untouched by Palladino. He also maintained that the photo remained in its original unaltered state. Additionally, he recounted other spine-tingling events during the seance, including the appearance of a luminous hand and a face seemingly fashioned from putty, adding another layer of mystique to the story. While this photograph has earned its place in history as a famous and puzzling piece of evidence, it has not escaped the scrutiny of skeptics and critics. They have raised questions, pointing to what they perceive as anomalies in the photo. These include the unnatural posture of Palladino, the curious absence of shadows beneath the levitating table, and the possibility of concealed wires or supports. The spooky cave photo. In the 1990s, something really spooky happened in a cave in Ras Al Khaimah. A tourist took a photo inside the cave, and in the picture, there was a weird creature. What's even stranger is that right after taking the photo, the tourist heard a scared boy scream in the darkness. Naturally, the tourist got scared and told the authorities about it. The local police then searched the cave and found something truly horrifying: a dead person hidden in the cave. The photo of the strange creature got famous all over the world. But despite all the attention, nobody could figure out if the creature was real, just a trick of the light, or something more sinister. And how did it connect to the sad discovery of the dead person in the cave? The strange Solway Firth Spaceman. Now let's talk about a mysterious photo from 1964. It showed a spaceman-like figure behind a girl in Solway, Firth. The police and experts checked it, and they said it was real, with no changes made. It became a big deal, with lots of people discussing it on TV, in documentaries, and in the news. One idea came from a UFO expert named David Clark. He said the figure might not be a spaceman, but Templeton's wife, Annie. She was wearing a light blue dress and had short, dark hair. Clark thought Templeton, the cameraman, didn't see her in the camera, and that's why she looked strange. He said the dress seemed white because of too much light. When you look at the picture differently, it's like a regular person seen from behind. But some folks linked this photo to a failed missile launch in Australia. There were reports of UFOs there. Still, no one has proven any of these ideas, and the mystery isn't solved. The Solway Firth Spaceman picture remains a puzzle that keeps people curious and guessing. The mysterious Black Knight satellite. The photograph of the Black Knight satellite has given rise to numerous conspiracy theories. Some suggest it's an ancient alien spacecraft that has been orbiting Earth for millennia. These theories go as far as claiming that NASA and other agencies are engaged in a massive cover-up operation to conceal its existence and origins. There are even those who propose that it's a deliberate hoax created to divert attention away from the truth about aliens and UFOs. Others entertain the notion that it's a clandestine spy satellite from the Cold War era, launched by either the Soviet Union or the United States, and has been observing our planet ever since. However, the truth behind this enigma lies in a photograph taken by NASA during the STS-88 mission in 1998. This image unveiled that the so-called Black Knight satellite was nothing more than a piece of space debris, a thermal blanket lost during the mission. Such objects are common in Earth's orbit, constituting a part of the space junk that eventually re-enters the atmosphere and burns up. So is NASA concealing secrets, or is it all about aliens spying on us? The answer remains uncertain, and this remains a significant mystery that continues to intrigue and baffle people. The Naga Fireballs. On the Mekong River, A peculiar spectacle unfolds as glowing orbs of light emerge from the water and descend into the sky. These are the Naga Fireballs, a phenomenon that has sparked both scientific and imaginative interpretations. According to some scientists, these luminous spheres stem from a natural chemical reaction. Methane and phosphine gases, released from the riverbed, combine and ignite due to electrical activity or heat. This perspective adds a layer of scientific intrigue to the mystical display. Yet not everyone finds this explanation satisfying. Certain conspiracy theorists offer an alternative origin for the fireballs. They speculate that humans might be the source, firing tracer bullets or flares from the opposite riverbank. Their claim relies on a documentary that appears to capture soldiers shooting at the river during the festival, injecting a sense of mystery into the phenomenon. On the more fantastical side of things, local legends and folklore suggest a supernatural source for the Naga Fireballs. Some believe they result from the breath of a colossal serpent named Naga or Fayanak, dwelling within the river. According to regional traditions, this Naga is a sacred and powerful guardian bestowing blessings upon the people. The 1911 California Airship photo. Back in 1911, in sunny California, a photographer captured something truly puzzling. It was a photo of an odd airship hanging in the sky above a busy city. What makes this picture so intriguing is when it was taken. You see, it came 14 years before the famous 1897 wave of airship sightings. This flying machine had a design way ahead of its time, with a sleek shape, big propellers, and what seemed like a cockpit. People couldn't stop talking about it. Some folks thought it might be an early version of a top-secret military aircraft. Others went a step further, suggesting it could be linked to extraterrestrial visitors. But of course, doubters had their say too. They wondered if it was all a big trick or maybe just a misunderstanding of something ordinary. Then there were those who believed in its authenticity, proposing an interesting twist. Could it be the creation of an anonymous inventor showing off some high-tech gadgetry? This added a new layer to the mystery, making us question what's hidden in the pages of history. The ancient Greek statue with a modern twist. Standing at a height of approximately 37 inches, there's a statue resembling an ancient Greek woman. What makes the statue truly intriguing is that she seems to be fixated on an object that bears a remarkable resemblance to a modern laptop. This remarkable discovery is known as the grave neos of an enthroned woman with an attendant, and experts date its creation back to around 1000 BC. This exceptional statue captures the image of a woman seated on a regal throne, with a figure standing at her side, tending to her needs. However, it's not just the statue itself that's stirring everyone's curiosity. What truly captivates is the peculiar object that both of them are engrossed in. This object mirrors a laptop, with two parts opened at a 90-degree angle, resembling the laptops we use today. Remarkably, it even features what seems to be USB ports. What adds an extra layer of fascination to this discovery is the fact that, during ancient Greece, advanced gadgets like laptops were entirely absent. So the presence of such a device in the hands of this statue poses a truly bewildering mystery, sparking a multitude of questions and contemplation. This extraordinary statue now resides at the J. Paul Getty Museum in sunny California. The museum portrays the scene as a woman seated on a throne, accompanied by her loyal attendant, who seemed to be holding this unusual laptop-like contraption with USB ports. The 1940s Time-Traveling Hipster. In the 1940s, one particular image ignited a storm of speculation revolving around the tantalizing notion of time travel. At first glance, it appears to be a standard black and white snapshot depicting a group of people standing in a neat line within the Broome Pioneer Museum. Yet, within this seemingly ordinary frame, there's a guy who looks like he'd fit right in with modern hipsters. He's got the hat, the shades, a cool zipped-up jacket, and what appears to be a camera. People started to spin wild stories about this fellow, calling him the time-traveling hipster. They wondered if he'd somehow hopped through time, either on purpose or by some strange accident. They even pointed to the logo on his shirt, which matched a real hockey team from the 1940s, the Montreal Maroons, and the camera he's holding kind of resembled a Kodak model from back then, though they weren't very common. Of course, there were also skeptics who said it was all just a clever trick or a case of mistaken identity. But for some, the idea of time travel was just too fascinating to ignore. This picture set off a wave of speculation, sparking the imaginations of those who dreamt of bending the rules of time. The mysterious 1920s Levitation photo. A strange old photo from the 1920s has puzzled people for a long time. In the picture, you see a guy named Colin Evans, who was into spiritual stuff and used to hold seances in the dark. He had this special camera that could take quick pictures in the dark. During one of his seances in 1939, he said he took a photo of himself floating in the air above a table while playing a flute. The photo is pretty weird because it shows him hanging in the air with his legs bent and playing the flute. Now, Colin Evans wasn't a popular guy in the world of spiritual stuff and ghosts. Many folks didn't believe him and thought he had tricked the photo using things like double exposure or strings. They said he made it look like he was floating when he really wasn't. Some people who believed in the supernatural supported him, but the photo didn't become solid proof of anything weird. The story of Colin Evans and his floating photo reminds us that people have been arguing for a long time about whether strange things like this are real or just tricks. It keeps us thinking about what's beyond our understanding. Thank you for watching this video to the end. Remember to subscribe to this channel, hit the like button, and share the video.